Kompany is back with a new EP, and I'm really excited to talk about it. Kompany has been one of my favorite dubstep artists for a very long time. I really think he is very special because his songs are extremely heavy, very powerful, but he also does a lot of things to change his style, to keep it unique, and every single song he has released is very different from each other. Something that like a few dubstep artists really can achieve is that versatility while keeping their own personal sound. And his new EP, Quorum, is just a beast of an EP. I really enjoyed it. I love the collaborations in this one. I love the solo songs, and I'm just really excited to talk about it. And I gotta say that it was amazed when they announced it, especially since the album cover was revealed. I thought like, holy shit, this is a great album cover. I really enjoy sci-fi stuff, and this one has that very special feeling. I just thought it was amazing. Seeing this Kompany cult like bowing down to this giant robot figure, it just really gave me a lot of chills, and that is a feeling that is like carried throughout the entirety of Quorum. So I'm really excited to talk about it because I really like Kompany, and it's really a treat whenever we get one of these amazing EPs, and it really makes me want to listen to more of them in the future. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about the songs, which ones I enjoyed the most, starting with the 3 singles that were released a couple months before the full EP, and yeah, just give my thoughts on each one and like say which ones were my favorites. So the first song that was released was Toad with Barely Alive, and this song is just great. I think from the very moment it was released, I was hooked into the song. I feel like it's just so amazing, especially the beginning of the song. There's like when it says, hey, it's going down, and then it just like leads into a very like heavy bass line, like preparing yourself for the drop. It does it a couple times, and it really inspires me. I feel like that beginning, it's just so amazing, and the rest of the song is great. It like combines the best out of both artists. Barely Alive and Kompany have their own distinct heavy style. They're both like really heavy hitters, and Disciple and just the entire dubstep community in general, and their combined style is just so good. And this is something that also happens in the next song, which is really amazing. I really love when the heavy artists like combine their forces into like some really special products, and this one does that great job. And also the cover is really funny. I feel like this one is very different from the other songs, but it's just like really fun and a good addition to Quorum. I think this was actually my favorite song in the EP, so it was like really off to a great start, and it really leads a lot to think about for the next few songs. Then we have another special one, which is Kompany, and this one is the gym anthem of 2023. Kompany is a collaboration with Cymatics, which is another one of my favorite artists. I just love him so much. I love how heavy he is, and like the forces combined with Kompany's style just really like make the song shine. And even though it has just like 1.5 drops, kind of like the entire first minute builds up to the half of the song where the main drop happens, which is absolutely a beast. I feel like the first drop in the song, it's just really amazing, really heavy hitting, and I just loved it so much. I feel like this one is just like one of those songs that gets you hyped for anything, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're like preparing yourself to do something important. And yeah, Kompany is definitely one of the anthems of this year, and I just loved it. And especially the second drop, like the first and a half drop that kind of like combines the first one and turns it up a little, is also really good. It just makes the best out of both artists' styles, and I loved it so much. Then there's a third song that was released a couple of weeks ago, and that is Trash Talk. And I gotta be honest, I didn't really get into Trash Talk in the beginning. I kind of like listened to it and I was like, well, it's good, but it's kind of like the same as other Kompany songs. It like has those heavy dubstep drops, but not much beyond that. But oh boy, I was so wrong. After listening to it a couple times, I gotta say that it's like really different, and the drops also like hit hard, especially like the flow of the song too also lends itself to make it a really amazing experience. Also, I feel like the dubstep drops in Trash Talk also are really like easy on the ears. Like when I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is like groovy almost in a way. And yeah, I liked it. It's like really an addicting song once you get into it a couple times, and that is also one of my favorites. And these singles really got me pumped for the full release, which was when it was announced. That when it was excited, I was just so really amazed to listen to it for the first time. And I'm gonna do the same thing now, but with the entire album from beginning to end. So the first song in Quorum is Solar Plexus, and this song is a really amazing introduction to the EP. It also has like one of the heaviest like drops in the beginning, also similar to Breach in the last song. It serves kind of like an intro song to get you really pumped up. And when I listened to the first drop in the car, I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. Like, it's just like one of those like really heavy hitting Kompany drops that is just really amazing. I loved like listening to this kind of music. And actually, I think I heard it in EDC when I came. It was kind of like an ID back in the day, but it was just like, I remember that first really heavy drop. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it for the first drop. After that, it kind of like leans into the standard like dubstep, kind of like the same style we've seen a couple times with a few minor changes. But I like this one for the first drop, especially like the beginning. It just sets a really good precedent for the rest of the EP. After that, we have Kompany, one of the best songs in Quorum. Really respect that song so much. Then we have Industry, which is a song that I liked because of the samples it has, and also because of the preparation for the drops. I feel like it has also like kind of like the standard Kompany drops without like not much changes. It's just like it does the most out of what works with like within dubstep. But also I like the samples, like the 1 2 1 2, that like really gets you hyped. And it's just a good song. I feel like I would love to listen to it a couple times to really get into it. But other than that, like the first impressions with Industry, I like the name. I think Industry, it's a good name that suits a song in this kind of EP really good. But yeah, like other than that, it doesn't really have anything else that stands out aside from those like vocal samples. And yeah, like the style is pretty good. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad song, but it's just like the standard Kompany stuff that is really enjoyable and it just works really well. So anyways, the Industry is really good. It leads into Toad. Like Toad is, like I said before, my favorite song of the album. Really amazing beginning, and it just like really explosive and mixes the best out of both artists. Then Trash Talk, which I already talked about. It's just a really good song, really far from trash, to be honest. I really like this one. And then we have Flat, which is another one of like, I like to call them like the unique Kompany songs. Like it has like some really experimental feelings to it. It reminds me of, for example, like AKO's, like the Black Label, well, rest in peace, Black Label. The old Black Label artists, which are really interesting, really amazing, like playing with really different, like kind of like experimental tech sounds. And Flat does the best out of those kind of things. It really amazed me. It reminds me of the song Cutthroat with G-Key that was released last year. And yeah, it's just a pretty good song. And now the final song in Quorum is another collaboration with Stay Sick. And Stay Sick is also a really amazing artist. I really recommend this song. It's really heavy hitting, and also it's the second collaboration with Kompany, which the first one, Thermos, I feel like that one was one of my favorite Kompany songs. That one is just so amazing. I like Thermos so much. And so I had kind of like high expectations for this one. This one kind of like really leaned into like the sequel for Thermos. And I gotta say, it's a really good song, but I think it didn't reach the level like of quality of the other one. I feel like that one had just really heavy drops and fit really well, but this one also changes things up a little bit. I especially love like the machine gun kind of like drops this one has at several points during the song, and it just works really well in its favor. I really like this one. Also, I think both songs are great. Each one has their own like positives, but I definitely prefer Thermos so much more than this one. But anyways, Move is just really amazing, and overall it's just a really good EP. I feel like Kompany can't fail. He's just one of those artists that is just consistently putting out quality. And also I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to praise Kompany's other songs he's released this year, especially the remix of Every Time by Seven Lions, which is just so amazing. I love that remix so much. One of my favorite remixes of all time, and I really love the songs he's put out, like besides this EP. Parallels with Dion Timmer is also amazing. I feel like that's a really, really, really great song, like worthy of being praised, and I just loved it so much. I've been listening to it over and over. And also the song Neck Snap with Boss Fight. I feel like Boss Fight is just one of my favorite artists, and mixing his style with Kompany is one of the best things I've heard this year. So anyways, I just wanted to take an opportunity to also like praise some of the other songs that were not in this EP, but are also amazing. And I feel like Kompany is just one of those artists that is just like consistently doing great songs. So yeah, I definitely liked it. It's definitely going to be fuel for my gym sessions. And overall, I'm going to give Quorum an 82 out of 100. Just an overall amazing EP. Some of the songs kind of like lean into the like classic safe Kompany sound, but other than that, like when it really shines, it shines. So anyways, those are pretty much all my thoughts on Quorum. If you like this video, as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So have a great day, everybody.